You're listening to Turning a Page on Good Morning Delhi with Sarthak.
Yeah, that's what you're listening to. The whole idea here is, of course, to see if we can make you fall in love with the written word. We can seduce you with the fragrance of a new book and new ideas along with. And we've got the wonderful Dr Jaishree Sharad with us. She's written the skincare answer book, which is pretty self-explanatory, but the job of the interviewer is to ask the questions, sometimes the obvious ones as well. So, Dr. Sharad, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
But tell us about the book, how it started, what's it all about?
It's called the Skincare Answer Book. So that says it all. Started when, during the lockdown, I started doing a lot of Instagram lives and saw that there was a thirst for skincare suddenly and a skincare boom as well. And there was also a lot of information as well as misinformation. And from basics to really high funder stuff, people wanted to know about everything. And so I thought, why not put all of those questions into a book? And that's how the Skincare Answer Book happened. It's very simple. It's an easy read. And it's for all age groups, all genders.
Excellent. It's also something that a lot of people tend to thumb their noses at and make silly jokes about, etc. So have you had to face that?
Yes, a lot of times. Like, why do we need skincare is something that men commonly say. And then for females, it's like, oh my God, just, a book is not something that we want to do. But, you can just open any page and read any question and you will see that you can relate to it. You'll say, oh my God, this is what I suffer from, or this is probably what I need. This is the right kind of sunscreen. This is how I choose my cleanser. This is how I use a moisturizer, even if I'm a guy or a girl. And I've seen a 12-year-old who's read it and she's loved it. And I've seen an 80-year-old who's loved it.
Sure.
A male musician has said, Dr. J, I don't believe in skincare, but now at breakfast I read one page every day. And I started using a sunscreen.
Yeah, so it's important. It's important to know because only when you turn the pages will you know what lies inside, and just maybe a light bulb moment as well. The Skincare Answer Book is available in brick and mortar stores and online as well. Can people find you on the internet somewhere so that if they've got
yes, of course. I'm on Instagram pretty much. I've got about 180, 190K followers. And so you can, my handle is at Dr Jaishree Sharad, DrJaishree
Jaishree, skincare and vanity, in fact, body care and vanity have been so intrinsically tied up that sometimes, there's a little bit of hesitation in wanting to adopt it. But it is actually something that that even our heritage sort of, has taught us. It's just that maybe the sands of time seem to have covered that bit of knowledge. But what are your views?
I think it's very important to understand that when you wake up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror, do you feel confident enough? And if you have clear, blemish-free skin, you will feel confident enough. You can wear your confidence and walk around. And in today's day and age, it's very, very important. That appearance is important. It's not important to have dark skin, white skin, sharp nose, this, that, the other. But just clear, confident skin is your confidence. So that's number one.
Sure.
Then you also have to remember that skin is the largest organ of the body. It's not just vanity and beauty. It is an endocrine organ. A lot of hormones are getting regulated in there. Vitamin D is synthesizing.
Yeah.
It's a temperature regulator. It protects you from the environmental toxins. It's a sense organ. So it's got myriads of functions. So you need to take care of the skin.
Sure.
As you take care of the other organs of your body.
Absolutely.
It's a window to your inner health.
Absolutely. If you were to look at it very carefully, the skin does extend beyond the face and all of it requires attention. So,
absolutely. And that's what I've talked about in the book. That, it's not just the face. You've got to moisturize the entire body. You've got to take care.
Yeah. Was that a lonely furrow that was plowed, or was this like a more collaborative process? What's the process?
No, I think the first two books that I did, and both were bestsellers, were more of that author sitting in one corner, thinking, writing. This was more simple. This is an Instagram book, I call it.
Sure.
Because all the followers who have DM'd me or asked me questions and they ask me stories, I've just put all those questions together. And, my commute from my house to my clinic is about an hour. You know how it is in Mumbai.
Of course.
So that commute time was where I would just answer each and every question. So it was very, very simple. That's how the book came about.
Mostly a collaborative process.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's important, no? I mean, even with so much, actually, information can be such a double-edged sword, isn't it, Jaishree? I mean, there's so much information on the internet, but it does not have that critical thing called context. And
yes.
that is why it's important to remember that increasingly we are forgetting that very fine but well-defined line between information and knowledge.
Absolutely.
Information is the set of threads that you then weave together for knowledge. So, how important is education for us to even start to think about caring for ourselves?
I think it is, the credibility is very important. Skin is an organ of your body. It's not just something that you're going to play with.
Sure.
I've seen people come with, rashes, reactions. They've tried chemical peels at home. They have used different kinds of products which have not sort of agreed with their skin just because their favorite actor or their best friend has used it, and that's like a wow for them. But every skin is unique.
Yeah.
So you need to understand that your skin is different.
Sure.
And those little tidbits are important, and you have to look at credible knowledge and not just somebody who's just blogged about something, because that is good for them.
Considering that we are living in the world of social media, it's only proper that we end the interview by asking you to do a little listicle for us. 3 to 5 points that everyone needs to remember, the basics for skincare, or maybe remember or forget, whichever it is, up to you.
Remember to use a sunscreen. Whatever the climate may be, and whether you're indoors or outdoors. These days it's not just sunlight, it's also blue light from your computer screens, from your phone, etc. So that's number one. Moisturize your entire body, as we were just discussing some time back, that your entire skin needs hydration, and make sure you eat healthy. So reduce the sugar in your diet, reduce the flour and the food with high glycemic index, fried potatoes, pastas, pizzas, burgers, etc. Gorge on brightly colored fruits and vegetables. That's point number 3. And then you do not need a 10-layer skincare routine. You've got to keep it very basic, cleanse your face, moisturize, use a sunscreen. At night, however tired you are, use a cleanser, remove your makeup, moisturize your skin. That's it. And the last important point, just by doing some skincare, your skin is not going to be radiant and glowing. You've got to follow a very holistic routine. So eat right, sleep at least for 6 to 8 hours, sleep early, sleep at least by 11, latest 12 a.m. Exercise and learn to deal with stress. So give yourself some me time. That is most important. Self-care is equal to skincare.
Yeah, and me time equals reading a good book as well. And one of those books, of course, is the Skincare
Answer book.
That's Dr. Jaishree Sharad, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wonderful having had this conversation with you, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing so generously of your knowledge.
Thank you so much for having me.
So now you know, and what you also should know is that we're taking a break and coming right back with the music that'll sound like honey to the eardrums, I tell you. So don't touch that dial, okay?